What if I told you that two companies, only two companies, hold shares in almost every corporation on the planet? Apple, Amazon, Tesla, your supermarket chain, your energy provider. Those two companies manage between them 20 trillion in asset. That is more than the entire GDP of the United States, more than China, and more than any country on earth. Their names are BlackRock and Vanguard. Chances are you have never heard of them, or when you have heard the name, you have no idea what they actually do. Today, I'm going to change that because understanding those two giants is one of the most important things to do as someone who's investing in the market or just being a citizen. Let's start with the basic. BlackRock was founded in 1988 by Larry Fink in New York. Today, he is the largest asset manager in the world, overseeing roughly 10 trillion in assets. They built a risk system analysis called Aladdin that monitor position worth over 21 trillion every single day. Central bank, sovereign wealth fund, even government use the technology to make financial decision. That is not a company, that is a financial infrastructure. Vanguard. Vanguard was founded in 1975 by John Bogle. His revolution making investing accessible to everyday people through index fund that automatically track the market without the expensive active managers. Vanguard manage 8.5 trillion. Here what make them unique. Vanguard is owned by its own investors. They are not outside shareholders. Two very different models, two absolute titan, and together they shape the global finance like nothing else. Here where it gets really interesting and maybe a little unsettling. BlackRock and Vanguard are simultaneously shareholders in 1,000 competing companies. They own shares to every company that you can think of. Apple, BP, Microsoft, Tesla, and so many more. And that's why they're so powerful. When two fierce competitors share the same major shareholders, do they really compete? That's a question economists still actively debating right now. And there is no clean answer yet. Second issue, voting power. As the shareholders, those funds vote at company AGMs. They influence strategic executive pay, leadership change, and ESG policy. When BlackRock tell a company to cut its carbon footprint, the company listen because BlackRock could be the biggest shareholders. Third issue, system risk. If BlackRock ever experience a serious crisis, the stock wave could hit thousands of companies across thousands of countries simultaneously. Regulator calls this a systemic risk, and institutions like the Financial Stability Board keep a very close eyes on them. Here, what I want you to take from this. BlackRock and Vanguard aren't James Bond villains. They are businesses doing their job. But they have so much power that nobody planned for. So what does all of this actually means for you? First, if you invest in ETF, fund that track the S&P 500 or the FTSE 100, there is a chance that your money is being managed by BlackRock or Vanguard right now. That is not necessarily a bad thing. Their fees are the lowest in the market, but something you should know now. Second, understanding who owns the company will help you understand why they behave the way they do. Why does a company suddenly change its climate strategy? Why does a CEO get replaced? Sometimes the answer runs through this major institution shareholders. Third, as investors and citizens, knowing who has more power on global finance give you a much sharper eye on the economic news. The decision BlackRock and Vanguard make have real-world consequences for markets, businesses, and indirectly for all of us. Finance isn't reserved for the elite, but understanding who's really at the wheel, that's a form of power too. So, are BlackRock and Vanguard a problem or a solution? Honestly, it's complicated. If you did like this video, please follow and share, and this will help YouTube to push it to more people just like you. So follow and subscribe and hit the like button. So see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.